Welcome back. This is the ear training for the working musician, Unit 1 practice exam. So in my courses, I give these ear training exams in person and they come and listen. If you want to practice what it would be like to take an ear training exam in my class, this is a really good video. What I'll do is I'll play it exactly like I would on the exam. So each section, for example, section A, the interval identification and notation section, your job is to specify whether the two pitches are a minor second, minor third, or major third on the line below. Notate the second pitch using a half note, and then I would play each interval 4 times. Okay, let's give this a try. Here's the first interval. We're starting with treble clef D. Here's the next one, bass clef E flat. Here's the third one, starting with treble clef C sharp next. The fourth one starts with bass clef F sharp. Then we have treble clef G for the last one. All right, let's go through them. So our first interval that we had, here, 1, 2, 3, do, re, mi, compared to do, re, mi. So this is a minor third, from D to F. Next one starts with E flat. Do, re is just a major second. So we have E flat to F. All right, we'd write capital M with a 2 below. The next one we start C sharp. Tito, 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 minor second. So we ended up on a D after the C sharp with a lowercase m2 below. The next one was bass clef. Mary had, so mi, re, do. Mi, re is going to be the same as a major second. So we have F sharp to then E with an uppercase M2 written below. And then the last one, mi, do, mi, re, do. So that's a major third for that one. If we're starting on a G, we end up on an E flat below that. Okay, we're on to the rhythmic dictation portion. Your job is to notate the rhythm in the space provided. I give you a half note in 4/4 to start and a quarter note to end. These are going to be using note values similar to everything we've done in this unit, okay? Here we go, I'll play it through 7 times total. So here's the first. 1, 2, ready, go. Here it is again. 1, 2, and ready, and go. listen through. 1, 2, ready, go. This is the 4th time. 1, 2, ready, go. Here's the 5th listen through. 1, 2, ready, go. So you'll have 2 more times to go. Here it is the 6th time. 1, 2, ready, go. And the last time. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, let's work backwards. We have this ya, da, 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 dum in the last measure, which would be quarter, quarter, eighth, eighth, quarter. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And just a reminder, these are pitchless. I didn't give you any pitches to start on. You're just doing the note value. Let's do the beginning. The beginning went like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'd have half note, which I gave you, then 2/8 for the 3 and a quarter on beat 4. We also had a tie that was occurring between the 4th beat of measure 1 and the 1st beat of measure 2. So then in measure 2, the first time that we actually press a note down is on beat 2. So you had 2, 3, and 4 for the next couple of beats. So that would be quarter, eighth, eighth, quarter. On the downbeat of bar 3, we do a half note's worth. And then you have another 3 and. That's basically every time that we heard eighth notes, they were occurring on the 3 and of this excerpt. After the 3 and, we had a clear moment of silence, so a quarter rest. And that's what it should have looked like. All right, let's go on to the melodic dictation portion. Okay, for the melodic dictation portion, we're going to be dealing now with a bass clef melody in the key of G major. We're starting on tonic with a quarter note and ending on tonic with a quarter note. I'll play it through for you 8 times. So this time you're dealing with the rhythm and the pitches. Let me establish the key. Here's the first listen through. 1, 2, 3, ready, set, go. Here it is the second time. 1, 2, 3, ready, set, go. Here does the third. 1, 2, 3, ready, set, go. Here's the fourth time. Ready, set, go. This is the fifth time. Ready, set, go. This is the sixth time. 1, 2, 3, ready, set, go. And you have 2 more times. Let's give this a try. Ready, set, go. This is our last time. Ready, set, go. All right. So we had first bar went do to mi, do, mi. Mi was held for 2 beats, so we do a half note. Do, mi, up to here, which is sol. We did an arpeggiation of a triad. Do, mi, sol, fa, mi. So 1 and 2. 1 sol, fa, which is the 8th notes. Sol, fa, mi. After the mi, we ended up on re to ti. Those are just quarter notes. And they're diatonic, so we don't need any accidentals. We have a moment of rest on beat 3 of bar 3, and then 2 more beats of rest on the first 2 beats of the last bar. And that's it. Okay, onto the scale and meter identification portion. You'll listen to the following musical excerpts and identify the scale and meter used. This is just a reminder that a lot of this stuff can be argued one way or another. There's going to be clearly wrong answers, but there's going to be some arguable answers if you don't have the sheet music right in front of you, especially in regards to the time signature. You'll specify whether the scale used is major or minor. If it's minor, indicate whether the scale is natural, harmonic, or melodic. You'll indicate whether the meter used is simple duple, simple triple, or simple quadruple. All right, let's listen through. This is the first example. Here, I'll play it one more time for you. Okay, we actually had, let's first talk about the meter. So you only have one possible answer for this meter, and it's going to be simple triple. This is a waltz. If we were counting along with this left hand, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, etc. If you're thinking about the key signature that we are in a minor key. That's how the cadence was with that. version of the minor scale that's used is kind of arguable. You can say two things. So the first would be melodic minor, because this right hand, you have sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, which that sol, la, ti, do is going to be that raised version of the melodic scale if we're ascending, okay? In one of these little moments, you have this, we have this little harmonic minor one, do, ti, sol, le, sol, ti, le, sol is going to be the harmonic version of the minor scale. The other thing, if you ever are on a do and you dip down to T, that's going to be using the harmonic minor version of the scale, because harmonic minor is actually the only scale that descends down to T. Here's the second song. Play it through again. So let's talk about the key first. We're in a major key for this one. This is a Mozart second movement. This one is going to be in 4. You could also potentially argue that it's in 2. So either quadruple or duple would be arguable answers. Notice how you could feel this like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. You can either do like slow 2s, like 1, 2. Also have 4s, this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or slow 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so either way works, especially if you don't have the music in front of you. I'm pretty lenient on that. All right, we'll go on to the final section. This is the triad identification and notation portion. So what you're going to do is notate the root position chords in the spaces provided and notate the chord symbol above. Use the given note as the root of the chord. Here's your possible starting notes. We'll start out with treble clef G sharp, and I'll play this triad for you 4 times total. Here's the low note. Here's the triad. Okay, starting with this next bass clef example on an E flat. The third one starts treble clef B. And the last one starts bass clef C sharp. All right, let's go through them. So the first one is a minor chord. We have G sharp as the root. So we go G sharp, B with a D sharp on top. Your chord symbol can only be capital G sharp with a lowercase m or a minus. So we don't do lowercase letters in jazzland to express chords as the root. So in classical land, frequently you'll see like lowercase g with a sharp, and that just says it's G sharp minor. But in this case, we always need a capital letter first, and then you use a letter after to determine if it's minor. Okay, here's the next one, starting with E flat. This one was major. E flat, G, B flat. Chord symbol will just have a capital E flat. Next one, we started with B. That was also major. So we have B, D sharp, F sharp from bottom to top. The last one starts with a C sharp. It was minor. C sharp, E, G sharp. So we'd write capital C sharp with a lowercase m or a minus, either way. But that is all that is going to be on the Unit 1 exam. So if you're feeling really good with all of this material, then you should do great on it. If not, go ahead and practice this. Go listen back to some of my older videos, or go to Theoria, and especially practicing intervals, triad identification. If you're feeling stressed about scale and meter identification, that's just something that I would do anytime that you're listening to music. Happy practicing!